Everyone, back for round 3 after a slightly disappointing round 2. I mean, I don't know if you would call that disappointing. We just kind of ran into a better control deck. You know, there wasn't a ton we could have done in either of those games to flip it around for us, but at least game 1 we like kind of could taste it, but game 2 he just ripped it away from us. So here we are playing Fed J Key. Good name, good name. I just said that. I don't actually know if that's a good name or not. He played a Lawless Broker. We're going to play a Pioneer into a Mastodon. And then we're going to think about what to do after that. But I think this is pretty straightforward, unless he plays some kind of bomb. No reason for the servo here. Just going to get after it. Again, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're enjoying so far. If you have anything that I could do better, put that in the comments. If you like me, put that in the comments. Like the video, sub, do the whole thing. And hopefully you'll see more of me on this channel. And if you just want more of me in general, you can go over to my other channel. Probably will be in the description or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to just make great content for you guys wherever you can find it, whether that be here or somewhere else. So. Alright, sweet Glintsleeve Artisan. Fumigate would be good, but I mean, I'm also confident that we have big enough creatures to deal with it. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So we'd be 3 for 3 ourselves here. There's no real reason to do that. Although we can play as if we know that we have Fumigate. So we can make attacks like this. That's fine. We don't have to use Aether Meltdown here. We're just going to trade our 1 for 1. So now if he plays another creature, it becomes 2 for 3. Our 2 cards for his 3 cards. And if he plays another creature, it becomes a 2 for 4, and all of a sudden, I mean, we'd be idiots not to Fumigate. So that's kind of the situation we're in now, where attacks like that, that sort of pressure him, but sort of force him to block, make it easier for us to get back in the game. Not get back in the game, but yeah, I mean, I mean, if he bounces something, then we're not fumigating, we're waiting a turn. But if he doesn't bounce anything, we're just fumigating straight away. Looks like he's going to bounce the Artisan without a counter. Alright, well, it looks like we're just going to play a land and pass. No reason to play Aether Squall Ancient, as it is going to be a great follow-up to Fumigate. Fumigate and then Aether Squall Ancient the next turn. Seems like it's pretty good here. We also have an Aether Meltdown in case anything gets too crazy, but I imagine it won't. I hope he plays more than one other creature. So after we play Fumigate, we're going to have Fumigate, Mastodon, and Pioneer in the bin, and he is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in the bin. So we're basically 3 for 6 him, using our 3 cards to deal with all 6 of his cards. And that is a pretty good spot to be in. Wow, I'm surprised we didn't get the alpha there, but okay. Yep, seems pretty good. Could have used an attack, but want to keep the lands up for Aether Meltdown. Right, now I have 2 options, Ancient or Serpent. I'm going to go with Ancient. Land, pass, and see what happens here. Right. I'm going to attack, play a Serpent, keep a white and a blue up for Meltdown, and try to win the game next turn. Yep, that doesn't do anything. GG, I think. Yep, so this deck's pretty powerful. That was game 1 right there. Going to game 2, trying to make something happen. What can we do different? So he seemed to have an aggro deck. I mean, Fumigate was really good, but if we didn't have Fumigate, we could have possibly been in some trouble. However, we did kind of play in a style in which we knew that he had Fumigate. but he could definitely have a card like Inspire Charge, which is just very, very good against us. We have two ways to sweep, which are Aether Squall Ancient and Fumigate. We're going to take out this Acrobatic Maneuver, which is not great here. Revoke Privileges also isn't great. We're going to add in Herald the Fair. And we're going to take out Built to Last and add in an Ear Construct. I think that we really just need to have more blockers for his ground thing. This is a very similar sideboard plan to what I used in round 1 against the 3-color aggro-ish deck. That then turned into like white-black control or something. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he boarded into, but similar game plan that I used against him, and hopefully it's going to work. We would like to draw some blue lands. But white's going to be okay for the first few turns anyways, no big deal. Yep, would now love to draw some blue lands. That's the issue with only having 2 instants and then siding them out, is that your Torrential Gearhulk doesn't get extra value, but it normally is able to just eat a creature anyways, so it's not a big deal. We're going to keep Ibex in. It's great against all his ground creatures, right? And also, it's not so bad here to skip turn 3. I mean, it's not the best if you play something like Broker, but we kind of have to anyways. Not the best. I mean, I guess the best case scenario would be draw blue land to play Blade Master, but I don't think that's worth bottoming a good creature for. If he attacks here, we're going to be aware that he could have Subtle Strike. We're going to understand that he could have the +2/+2 trick, Built to Last, and he could also have a Rush of Vitality, but he has another of those. We're just going to pass it right back. We're just not willing to trade 2 for 2 here. We're obviously the control deck, so just like last game, we're looking to just build an over, like, we're looking to basically just make a much bigger creatures that he can't deal with. So I don't know if he's playing much more conservatively now knowing that we have Fumigate in our hand, or if this is just his, if this is just his draw working out the way, whatever way it works out, not sure. He seems to not have a way to bounce this because he put the counter on. We're just going to play an Ibex. We also have the land for Fumigate at this point in time. We're also 2 blue lands away from Gearhulk or Aether Squall Ancient or whatever. So we're at least 3 draw steps away from being able to play like an Aether Squall Ancient and 2 draw steps away from being able to play a Torrential Gearhulk. I think I'm going to do this here because if he has something like Subtle Strike, he can kill one of these. Can't kill both. If he has something like Rush of Vitality, he can kill the Ibex, but he can't kill both. If he has something like Built to Last, he can kill one, but he can't kill both. So all these tricks make it so he can only kill one, but can't kill both. And if he doesn't have a trick, then he just gets to kill the Construct, and I get to kill him. Very good. So I think this makes sense. Also, if he has a card like Inspired Charge in his deck, we don't really want to go too low on life here. And we do have a follow-up next turn that can make a servo and deal with a 2/2. So if he plays another one of these after this combat, we can always follow up. Also, if he doesn't play anything after this combat, right? If he just like plays Subtle Strike, kills our Ibex, has his Artisan, let's say. So let's say he plays a Subtle Strike. He trades Subtle Strike for an Ibex, and then we just play Pioneer. We just play Pioneer, hopefully draw a blue land, and we're in decent shape. So that's what I hope to happen. We're gonna see if it does. Let's see what happens here. Looks like a Built to Last. Looks like an impeccable timing. Okay. Alright, so I think our plan is actually pretty simple. It's Herald the Fair onto Ibex, attack for 4. This also makes it... basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to put the counter on the Ibex so that it can block 3 power creatures in the future. And also this blocks this. So playing Pioneer might be a little better, but we haven't seen any flyers yet. We don't really want to let the cat out of the bag that we have a card that's this powerful. Meanwhile, this totally gets the job done against the servos and this, and we get in a little damage. So, this is actually an interesting spot. Where if he has Built to Last, he had to have just drawn it. If he has Inspired Charge, then I should block a servo. So either he just drew Built to Last. We thought Impeccable Timing was better. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to assume that he has Inspire Charge here and block the servo. So we did it. He had Inspire Charge. We blocked the servo. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you get rewarded for knowing what they have, I guess. No reason to construct here. Just going to Pioneer. Making it a 3-2. And we don't attack. No reason to right here. And he telegraphed that one. Who's on the cover? Is that Toolcraft Exemplar on the cover? I never noticed that before. Alright, he has a Pioneer of his own. So now, since he's playing the second Pioneer, he has an advantage where he knows that this one only has 2 power, so he can actually make a servo with his. I also like how different cards make different servo tokens, even in the game. Not, you know, it's kind of funny. We're going to scry here. A blue land actually goes to the top, although most other things go to the bottom. Let's see what he does here. He bottoms, so we're just going to play our planes, and we are going to pass the turn. No point in trying to trade 3 damage for whatever his crackback could be. He could also have another Inspire Charge, which would not be great for us, but whatever. This is another situation in which he has traded 3 cards for our 2 cards. So, I mean, generally with aggro decks, because you have such an edge in tempo, right? There's this like mysterious magic concept called tempo. Because you have such an edge in tempo, you're willing to sometimes throw away a little bit of card advantage for that tempo or for damage. And that's just something that he's obviously willing to do here. We're going to draw a blue land, like planned. We're going to play a Vidalcan Blade Master, as planned, and we're going to pass the turn. Now another blue land would be sick, because then we can just keep this up forever, and he can basically never kill us. Alright. That's fine. If he alphas this turn, I mean, it depends like how quickly he whatever. It depends like the tempo of which he alphas. That alpha with Inspire Charge just like seemed pretty obvious to me that that's what he had, so I was able to block, but I don't know why it seemed obvious. I mean, again, he could have a litany of things, but we have to make him use them. The +2/+2 trick works, but whatever. I mean, there are also things that we could have, and we're playing a control deck, and he knows this, so there are things he has to be wary of. Willing to trade Pioneer for Pioneer, even if he has 2 servos left behind. Those are things that are easily deal withable with like Fumigate, or Aether Squall Ancient even wipes out servos, so not a big deal. He seems to just be going to damage here. Oh no, he's not on his damage step yet. So he obviously has a trick, and he's trying to figure out if it's worth using the trick. My guess is he's going to try to save the Pioneer here. But if he has something, yeah. Alright, so he Essence Extractions our construct. Makes all those trades. Now we have to draw a land. A blue land. Blue land. Yeah, that was good. That's how we do it. Now we pass. Again, it would be sick if we had like an instant in our graveyard that we could actually use, but that's okay. I wonder if we block a servo, just because he could have another Essence Extraction, but that's a solo. Here you go, buddy. Torrential Gearhulk. Enjoy. I'm just gifting you Torrential Gearhulk. It's like a gift. These are my hands. The gift is in my hands. Does he have Tiding Conclusions? Really? He just has it? Yep. Alright. Well, that didn't go as planned. Well, now we kind of have to meltdown this, or malfunction this, I mean. Is Revolutionary Rebuff, like, reasonable in this matchup? Especially on the play? It's totally reasonable here, actually. Although he is mana screwed, not mana screwed, but he only has 5 lands, so most of the things he's playing he's tapping out for. Ooh. Okay, when that happens, tapped an extra land by accident, but it's not a big deal. It's not like we could possibly have anything or need to leave the mana up. Well, that Torrential Gearhulk just killed me. Card's good. Alright. Mechanic. I don't know what that does. I think we're just dead. Alright, well, now we have to... I mean, Revolutionary Rebuff actually seemed kind of good against him, right? Like, I'm not actually crazy. That card could be good here. Is this card actually good in this spot? Not crazy, right? This card's actually good here. Well, so I'm siding in 2 of these. We're on the play again. So what am I siding them in for? This is what we got in terms of top end. I like Mastodon, but I don't... So Zhanji Sentry is just not good. Herald's better. And then maybe take out an Ego Construct. I mean, if we can stop him from playing all of his big things... I mean, so we obviously won game 1 because he didn't have any removal and we fumigated all of his nonsense. And then game 2, he killed us when he was able to Tidy Inclusions our Gearhulk. So, yeah, I mean, okay. So now we're going to be able to play as if we know that we have this. So that's very, very good. It gets Inspired Shard, which is really important. I mean, what's really important is that we saw enough out of him that we think it's going to be playable. We're going to set the upkeep or the stop on our turn again. We might not use it. We might want to like block something. Like, let's say he plays the 2 servo card. But if he doesn't play anything, then we're just going to use it. And top. And we're just going to keep it up starting this turn. We don't have to Revolutionary Rebuff whatever he plays. If he plays like a Glint Sleeve Artisan, we're not going to stop him. But at least we have the option here. Yeah, like, that's not getting rebuffed, obviously. We are going to scry. Top. That's a totally good card. We're going to play our Construct. And top, I would imagine. No, bottom, actually. We need to draw some lands. The reason I ended up bottom is because we just have 3 removal spells and a Gearseeker Serpent. If we draw a 4th removal spell, it just kind of clogs our hand. So we kind of need to get the ball rolling a little bit. Also, like, missing something like a Tezzert's Ambition is kind of hurting us in this matchup and the matchup we played game 1. The matchup we played game 2, like, we were just totally outclassed, but in these 2 matchups specifically, it's kind of hurting us. I'm going to rebuff this, actually. I want to use my mana this turn. Yeah. If he attacks, do I block, is the question. I think so. Top. Alright. One more land. So, I mean, we're going to try to get there, basically. We're going to try to melt down this when he attacks to block it with Construct. Yeah, that's okay, because that's something we can privileges later. And, yeah. So we're going to block here. We're going to melt down this. It still gets its other ability, but we keep the Construct so that when we draw a land, we can Gearseeker Serpent. It also keeps us scrying, which is very, very good. He's going to take it. He's going to put the counter there. And then, what are we scrying to the bottom here? We're scrying like eager constructs and stuff to the bottom, but most other things are scrying to the top. Top. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to think about like what we were scrying to the bottom, because if you're basically scrying every single thing to the top, then it doesn't make sense to scry at all, right? But we were scrying like our 2 eager constructs to the bottom. We were scrying our John G. Sentry to the bottom, our prowess guys to the bottom. Like there were probably 10 or 11 cards that we were scrying to the bottom, and so I think scrying is totally fine there. Obviously, Aether Squall Ancient was going on top, Torrential Gearhulk was going on top, our second Gear Seeker Serpent, like, all that stuff was going on top, but... Alright, really have no way to deal with this. It's just bad for us. Alright, I mean, we're scrolling all lands to the bottom. How many lands do we have left? We have 11 lands out of 28 cards. So I'm actually not going to scry here. I'm going to wait to be able to block this. Yeah, I want to be able to block the 2-3. And also, like, we can sacrifice this now if we have to. Alright, so he has plenty of lands this game. Alright, I'm just going to do this, because even if he has like impeccable timing like he had last game, it doesn't kill both of our things. And if he has, I mean, if he has 2 spells, then he can trade his 2 spells for our 2 things. He's going to have no cards in hand, we're going to scry, hopefully put something really good on top, have privileges for this, and, you know. Right, I am totally happy with you using your Tidy Conclusions there. Great spot to use your Tidy Conclusions, I agree. The best removal card in your... Oh my god. That's really good for us. Trying to scry here. Set up our draw step. Bottom. Because now he has so many lands. That was a very good bottom. And we draw a land. Perfect. What do we do? I think we have to be prepared to take 3 from the bug one more turn. We can't use revoke privileges yet. Just can't use it yet. Yeah, that's just gonna have to be fine. Nothing we can do. Gotta draw something good. That counts. That for sure counts. Unfortunately, it doesn't really deal with the Sky Skiff, but what can you do? Right, that's the issue, is that it doesn't interact with the Sky Skiff at all. It doesn't even kill this. Alright, I mean, this is why we wish that we had a card like Limber of Genius. Or just, you know, impeccable timing would be great here, but we obviously have no outs like that. Like to cast it? No, nothing we can cast it on. Alright, so now we're going to be taking 2 a turn, unless we can find... I mean, we really need to find like an Aether Squall Ancient, or anything really. What? Ugh. Alright. We need to find an Aether Squall Ancient or a Aether Meltdown. Yep, that's what we had to do. And the Aether Meltdown's good here because it obviously lets us scry, so we're looking for an Ancient, looking for, I mean, looking for all types of stuff. I mean, there's nothing that's going to be able to kill this. So that's just a free removal spell, of course, but... Alright, just Meltdowning, not taking any more damage. Oh, this might not... Nah, I think it's fine. I was gonna say, I mean, there is a chance that we could draw other stuff, so maybe we wanted to melt down the bug, but I think this plan is fine. Bottom. Looking for Big Daddy. Bottom. Now gonna draw land, though. Yep. How did I know that was going to happen? Looking for Big Papa, and you just draw land. Oh well, I mean, what can you do? I don't think I needed to top any of those cards. None of those cards break this game open. The interesting one to possibly top was the Mechanic. Because we could, like, bounce the Theorist, whatever, but that was the only, like, kind of interesting one. Alright, now we get a Pioneer. Just going to put the counter on to make it be able to block 3/3s. I mean, the only way we can kill him is if we get like an Aether Squall Ancient or something. But even that can't even bounce as Fairgrounds Warden, so that's pretty weak. Alright, I mean, we found another Privileges, I'm just not sure what it does. Do we even attack here? Because then we just block here and here. I guess we have to start attacking at some point. And even if he has a removal spell, it doesn't kill us. Although, obviously, at any point, if he just has Fragmentize, it's not good. But that was not good regardless. So he's already used his 2 Tide Conclusions. We know he has an Essence Extraction in his list somewhere. We also know that he's drawn 9 lands. He probably has 16 to 17 in this deck. 17, I was going to say. So he has 8 more lands out of 20 cards. So 12 of his next 20 draw steps are going to be good cards. This means that he just has me dead. I imagine he, yeah. Imagine he just has it. Does he just have it, or is he just putting me to 3? I'm a little confused here. Huh, he just had impeccable timing there, that's fine. Now I'm at 3. Now I get to play an Ibex. Can I attack again? Might actually just be able to attack with this. I can't attack with the 3 because I need to be able to block the Fairgrounds Warden. Alright, I mean, we need an Aether Squall Ancient. Oh, we need one bad. Oh, we need an Aether Squall Ancient. Oh boy. It has to be like in our next 7 cards or something. We just bought him so much stuff. No land. Ugh. Land is like the worst thing ever for us. Even a Fumigate's fine. Fumigate is so good here. At least we know that our rebuff's at the bottom. That's really good. Alright, so he has to have one of those 3 cards has to be a land, I would imagine. And none of them are combat tricks, and none of them are creatures. Fumigate is just so good. Unless he's doing it all on our end step. Unless he has like Essence Extraction. He didn't do it on our end step. Now I'm very confused. Right, so one of them was a land, as I properly predicted. An Arrow Responder, excellent. What are his other 2 cards? Can we figure them out somehow? They're not like built to lasts, because he would have attacked already. They're not impeccable timings, because he would have attacked already. Oh baby baby! Oh baby baby! Oh, we did it. Don't get me wrong, we didn't totally do it, because you could just have a 3rd Tidy Conclusions and kill us, but... What if he has a Fumigate? That's pretty gross. Or if he just draws a Fumigate, kills our Aether Meltdown, and then we can't kill him. Wait, what? Oh my god, if we psych him out, if we like convince him that we have Fumigate, which I think we've convinced him, and then he blocks that terribly... We don't even have to Fumigate if he blocks that terribly. Huh. Ugh. I mean... Go? Can you kill me? Maybe we should have just fumigated instead of attacking? Yeah, probably. Is he gonna kill us now? He probably just had creatures the whole time in his hand. I'm so confused. Last turn he played Land Responder. And he was obviously thinking that we had Fumigate. Alright, so he's going to bounce his Responder and then replay it. No, if he bounces a Skiff, that's even worse for us. That's actually not bad. If he bounces a Skiff and then plays it. He just has to figure out which one he's bouncing and replaying. It's better for us if he does the Responder, because then we at least have Fumigate as an option. Right. Alright, draw a card, hopefully. Alright, that was not really a card. Huh. So we can't Fumigate yet because we don't have anything to follow it up with. And also, Fumigate would have obviously proven pointless because he would have just mechanicked his Sky Skiff back down and then we would have died, so... I'm kind of happy we didn't end up Fumigating there, but... I don't know, I can't imagine that's a good block, right? I mean, we're basically trading our construct for his Fairgrounds Ward, and then we're getting our thing back. Something. That's something. Now we can consider Fumigation. Just because we're so dead to any removal spell plus a pump spell. But I guess he has to have removal plus pump. We're also dead to Inspired Charge this entire time, by the way. So we could Fumigate and then make a 2-1 with 2 1/1s, but I don't know if that's good enough. Is there any way we can last one more turn here? What if we just play this? What if we get in with this and just play this? Again, we're so dead to Inspired Charge the whole time. I'm just going to attack and see what happens. I'm also attacking with this Pioneer. I mean, he knows that we have Fumigate, but he doesn't know what our other card is, and he could think that we don't have Fumigate based on our first attack. Also, we're at 3, so he could just believe that we're dead. But there's a chance that he, like, blocks badly, in which he, like, if he uses this aerial responder in combat here, oh, like, this is so good for us, because he's now, even if he draws something like a Fragmentize, it doesn't kill us. Alright, Fumigate. And I would assume a 4-3 here. Yeah, I think a 4-3. Alright, what do we have left? Aether Squall Ancient. Come on, Aether Squall Ancient. I mean, now we get to see what he was holding back. Propeller Pioneer. Excellent. Aether Squall Ancient. Excellent. No tidy conclusions. You can't have 3 tidy conclusions. That has to be impossible. It just has to be. If he attacks, do I block? He played a Plains this turn, so he has 2 cards in hand. If he attacks, do I block and just understand that he most likely has Essence Extraction? I mean, you just gotta get in where you fit in, right? There's no way he has me dead from here. He has to do 11 and there's no double strike in white or black. Oh, okay. He had Inspire Charge, so he drew it. So if we don't Fumigate that turn, we actually die. He just traded his Inspire Charge and his Pioneer for my thing, when he could have just traded it anyways. That's so funny. Punt! We did it! 2-1! Alright, sweet 2-1 with the sweet Gearhulk deck on our first ever Seems Good Magic video. Hope you liked it. If you like me, tell them in the comments below. Tell them to have me back. Tell them you want more Sam. And I will see you whenever the next time I see you is. Hopefully like next week or something. I don't know how often they do these, but I'm excited to be here, so thank you so much, and I'll see you the next time I do this.